It's like politicians. It's like today, they got this thing come out today that they're stating. I don't know if it's going to get put into power though, we'll have to find out. Basically, they're saying people who decide to work at home are going to start getting pay cut. And bare people are Ellen and effing. Bare people are fucking screwing about it. So someone challenged it and said, well, what about politicians, yeah? Because they don't turn up, so they should all get pay cuts. After all, we pay for them. Oh, and then you hear the back, oh, but you know, it shouldn't be up for us. We do more than just that. Yeah, right. See how quick that was diffused, where?
They're so willing to rob the public that as soon as it comes back to them, they're like, oh no, that might be a bad idea.
They want to fuck up people's welfare checks. They wanted to cut off, I don't know how much it was, £20 a week. So they want to take out £80 a month from anybody that doesn't work when they're living on the actual brink. The brink of destruction. Like £80 is like someone's phone bill or a week's rent or something like that.
I mean, that's a lot of money if you're only getting like 500 a month. You know, I don't know how much it is. Like one very, very minimal per month.
Let me ask him. He'll know. Hold on. Danny knows. How much is your job seeker's allowance weekly? £147.80. So just round it off, you say 150. So you have to live on 300 a month.
150 a fortnight.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask him. Hold on. I'll just say to him, break down. I'll ask him, break down your. Do me a favour. Break down your rent. Hold on. Rent.
How do they expect you to like live on that?
Phone bill. Gas. Electricity. Shopping. Yeah, he'll break it. Because I had a chat with him recently. I just want him to remind me. When he said it to me, I was like, boy, last time I remember doing that, I was about 17 to 19. And I kind of did the same things he said. Right, his phone bill's 65. His rent for a month, he's 88. So that's 100. That's a give and take, that's about 150. So that's 2 weeks of his money gone already. Electricity is 10 a week, that's 40. His shopping weekly is about 15, 10 to 15, depends on offers. Oh, okay. So I have to say, looking 10, 15.
$15 a week for food.
Yeah, 10 to 15. It depends. I know this because he said I went shopping with him, and he went to Londis, and then he said, yeah, see, when you get the brochure, sometimes there's items that I spend, they could cost me 15 to 20 a week, but sometimes they might have like drinks and crisps and that, and they could be like, if you buy 4, you get 4 free, or it will just cost £4, or you know. So you have to like actually go through the book and just check it for that week. You might save yourself money. If you do, then just buy like, you know, max it out and buy more stuff so it lasts longer. I said, yeah, it makes sense. You said he leaves himself with like 10, 15. Sometimes you have to go to a job centre. You have to get buses to go to interviews and stuff like that. Other than that, you'd rather just stay at home. But then you got some of your other friends. So you got some of your other friends on the other side. They'll say like, oh, but people who act like that are bums. They don't go out and try to do anything. I said, well, how have you been in this position to know how it feels? Because obviously you haven't. Because you're privileged. You've got your dad's business, so you've never been out of work. So you can't say that. And he said, of course I can. I mean, what? Because you pay your taxes, and that means you've been in his position. You have not been in his position, so you don't know what you're talking about. And he said, I could probably outlast him. I said, alright then, Give him your money, give him the money that you get for a month, yeah, and I bet you he'll last with that money, with money left over, than the money he'll give you in return. Yeah, he'll give you £300 and see if you'll last it in a month, because I know you're full of shit, because I know you've gone out and got a takeaway for like 80 quid for everybody, so you can't live on it. Yeah, you spent half your money in one day, because that 80 quid he has to last on that in a week, and he has to pay his phone bill and half of his rent. So obviously you can't manage your money. Fact. Because I know from experience, because I know I had to do that when I was living at my mum's, because I was sitting there thinking, hold on, what do I pay first? My phone bill? My phone bill always comes on the 14th. So if at that time, if my gyro came on the 13th, I had to go to the post office and pay it on the 14th. That left me with no money. Then I had to rely on the 2 weeks after that. Then the 2 weeks from week 1 and 2, I paid my mum back. Week 3, I held my money down. Week 4, then I bought shopping at my mum's. Then I came back round to week 1. I only had about 1 week's money left, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, shit, nah, this is tough. This is tough. And they're trying to strip that money. Damn. They're trying to take 20 a week from that. How you meant to live? They probably want people. They're probably going to make people who live on their own in 1-bedroom houses, they're going to make people merge and stuff like that. Trust me, they're going to probably just say, look, you 4 people, all 4 of you don't work, and all 4 of you live on the same benefit system, so we're going to put you all in like a shared house, something like that, and you're all going to have to pay 25% rent. I can see them doing something like that one day. I can see them doing it. And there's no if or but. Like, if you don't want to do it, then, you know, you can't live in this place, and you're not entitled to housing benefit or awareness money. In America, it's fucked, because they don't even have money. They get like, I think they get the same amount of money, but it's not money, it's like tokens. So they stop them from trying to buy drugs and stuff like that. They have to go to a shop to use token cards to buy their shopping. It's like when the euro first come out. If you had to spend something that was like 47, you had to spend a whole 50 check euro card, like euro token, euro note. You didn't get no change, so you had to round it off as close as you can. Like, I thought, rah, that's a bit scandal.
Yeah. Fucking hell. That's like that's kind of like blowing my mind.
What?
Okay, yeah, I mean,
what I just said. No, because I know. Like back in the day when Danny and them, Big Brother was on TV, it was like Big Brother 2, Big Brother 3, and I wasn't working. I lost my job. Like, my job was, I was finance for somebody, and then just out of the blue, boom, they just said they're dropping everybody. So I sat at home, and I remember, because me and Del went to our price, and we bought one of those Freeview boxes, and we all sat at mine watching Big Brother, and he was sitting there like, I don't know what to do in life and that, man. It's hard, because, you know, no one gives anyone a fair shot, an opportunity at a job. But then that's how Russ was always sitting there cussing people like, yeah, but you're lazy, man, you don't do anything. And then Russ turned around and said to him, well, get your dad to give us a job then. And he said, oh, it's not as simple as that. Well, then don't say nothing then, because you're not in a position to say anything, because you're privileged. And it's true, you are privileged, and we'll all say that to him to this day. I don't care if you're 46, you're a bum, you live at your mum's, you earn £3 a week, you pay your mum £30 a week rent, and then you still sit there, you smoke 80-90 a week on drugs. You're sitting there like, oh, but you used to call me to come around my house to fuck girls. I used to laugh at him. I'm like, this guy earns more money than everyone else. You don't want to buy a house. I think I said that to you the other day. I said, like, man sits at his house and he's not responsible. You don't pay taxes, you don't pay anything. What if your mum goes in hospital or your dad's ill? You don't pay anything, you don't have to do anything. You've got no life skills. But I can say Danny has. Danny's lived in his own flat for 20 years, man, living on the brink. Every fucking, like, he signs on a Wednesday, his money comes on a Saturday night going into Sunday, and he has pen and paper and plans it out. Because my mum used to say this. She said, when you get your own place, you will get pen and paper and you will map out everything to the fucking day. I guarantee on it. And she did. She was right, because I did used to do that. Until I started making a shit ton of money and had my own money that I was surviving on. Then otherwise I didn't need to do that after a while. And I said to him, like, one day he will do something and he'll make some money. I said to him, it's up to you if you want to do risks and that in life, because that's what makes a man like a man. Like, some people take risks and get caught, some don't. But I can see him one day, he'll just be like, if he does something a bit dodgy, he'll make a shit ton of money, but the one thing I will stand up for him for is he'll manage his money better than any of them. That I will say, because he has done it. I've seen him have like, you know, 500-600 quid, and he's held that money down for months. You'd be sitting there like, did you spend the money? And he went, no, I've still got it. Like, it's just in the bank. I just don't spend money. And then one girl was just like, what, you don't like buying nice clothes or nothing like that? I said, why do I need nice clothes for? If you're going to judge me on my clothes, then there's no point in me being around you. Like, what's the point of that? I'm just living my life, innit? I'm living my life. I live at home. Nothing extravagant, nothing special. And that was the thing when one of the girls was cussing him back in the day when we all used to go out. She's like, oh, but he's nothing special. When you're sitting there and you're moaning about you want a guy who's got certain expectations of him, all he's asking for in a woman, yeah, is a girl to support him and be kind. And he's got his own property, and you're still bitching. And then you've got fucking Russ. He hasn't even got a property. He's got more money than everyone else. So what do you prefer then? You probably want him. Silly cow. Some people are stupid, man.
Yeah.
Gotta think carefully. Think carefully of your words, man, because there was times though. It was like I think it was like 2 years ago. It was like nearly suicidal, man. We had to do some deep shit, get him out of a hole. But he wasn't like in a bad situation. He just like, he sat here and he was just like, yeah, you know, like I'm 100. I just feel bad because one day I just kind of slipped away and I just bought some drink for a week, man. I just wanted to drink. And he said it wasn't anything bad. I was in a bad place. But then when the bills came in, I was like 100 in debt. And then it only sunk into me when he said it. To me, £100 isn't a lot of money nowadays. You know what I mean? I make that in a day. But to him, that's fucking important. Yeah. He relies on it. That's the difference. That's what them lot don't grasp. So, yeah, man, it is shocking. It's a shocking life. Until you don't live both, you don't know how to live. So, yeah, the welfare system is fucking broken, man. I'd actually, if I can go on thing, I'd even leave you a link and you can read it. Hopefully it hasn't gone down. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, media. Where is it? Jeremy Vine. That's it. Go on the Jeremy Vine page. It isn't about the civil service. It's about property. It's about property portfolios in the commercial rental sector. Should people who work from home have their pay cut? And it's employed to keep people's companies renting offices in the city. But Mike Parry says to help employees too. Nah, man. If I was running a company and I felt like my staff was better to work at home, then let them work at home. So long as the work is done, I might as well just sell the office blocks. Sell the office blocks, man, because if they're not making, if you're paying like a shit ton of money, you got to drop them things.
And you know, train companies need their income.
The thing is that they're really...
That was it. Yeah, they were talking about the public transport, and then someone turned around and said, to be honest, the public transport should be free, because everyone puts money into that shit. Where does the money go? And I even posted on there and said, like, to be honest, when I've paid for public transport, why am I paying for it? Because when I pay to get on a bus or a train, I can't even sit down anyway. This is the thing that's fucked up in this country. You've got kids under 18 are allowed to get on the bus for free, and then you've got elderly people from the age of 60 can get on for free as well. So in between, he's paying for everybody else.
Yeah.
So when you get in the morning, when you get up in the morning to go to work, kids are on the buses, you can't get on, or they're on the trains. And then when you're coming home from night, it's the same shit. You can't get on, nothing. And during the day, elderly people are on them. So you can't do jack shit. So I don't know why people are like, the mid-tiers are 2000% wrong in this. Fundamentally wrong. Happier workers are more productive workers. A home office is a better environment for working if there are opportunities to break and see your family. Hug from your child in a million times than an ammo sandwich. I would like to think that if you're a couple, man and woman, and the woman's working and she can work at home exactly the same as she'd work in an office block, and she's got her kids at home, she's laughing. You would think that benefits the woman more than a guy, to be honest, because she still gets paid, she's still got her kids, she don't have to take her kids to nursery and all that kind of shit. That's out of the equation. This government don't think, man. That's what it is. They don't think in what they're doing, because just destabilizing the country for fucking to fill up their pockets, man. It's just ridiculous. Same as that fucking vaccine thing is disturbing. But explain it to me. Go on, teach me. I want to know.
Okay, well, alright, so I'll just give you an example. I was on like what your friend is on, a job seeker for just under 12 months.
Okay.
Like I'd just gotten back to Australia. I had like basically nothing. This is when I first left. I lived in Norway for 3 months. Went back to Australia. I sold my car. I quit my job. Like I left everything. Everything was fucking gone. So I went on job seeker for just under 12 months. I was getting $715 a fortnight. $715 a fortnight. So just call it $1,500 a month. I don't know what that is in euro. It's probably like £1,000 a month.
Okay.
So yeah, after that.
Once you've paid all your expenses, there ain't a lot left. Obviously, it can't be.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I was living with my grandmother at the time. Like, obviously, I'd offer to pay her bills. Like, I'd offer to pay her rent. Like, all that shit. She didn't want any of it. So, like,
it's
I didn't really know what to do.
You don't have to. You don't have to, little Jay.
Yeah, exactly. And the one time that I did, she fucking went off at me for it. Like, I felt like a piece of shit for like helping her out. But like, she's just always been like that. Yeah, like they're doing exactly the same thing in Australia. They'll bump up the. So it's probably fucking 80% of it is like kids between the age of 17 and like 22 or 25 or something. And they're all like, you know, just spend it on shit. Drugs, fucking alcohol, whatever they can get their hands on, basically.
Oh, so they change it. So they change it to like monopoly money.
No. They don't have any plans to change it to cards or anything like that. Like they just turn a blind eye to it. But they're still wanting to cut down retirement, like retirement pensions and shit like that. Like they get like $300-400 a fortnight. So like once you're retired, you know, all your shit's all settled. Like you probably got your own house or whatever. But like they need the money more than these little cunts that are going and spending it on drugs.
So my mum used to work as a nurse at the local hospital. She worked there since she was 16 till she was 75. My mum's nearly 80 now, and
yeah.
My mum was meant to retire at 65, and then just before her 65th birthday, they extended it to 75 or something.
Oh, yeah. See, like
I was thinking,
like,
so you sit there and you work for all that time in your life to get to the end of life, so you don't end up spending the rest of your life enjoying yourself. You've worked yourself to death.
Yeah, literally. And that's exactly what my grandma was going through. It's like literally almost exactly what you just said. Like, she almost got to retirement age and they bumped it up by 3 years or something. So she had to work in a miserable fucking job that she didn't like. Like, she loved the job. She's been a nurse for... Actually, it's kind of scary how close it is, but she's been a nurse since she was in high school. Like, you know...
Just like my mum, yeah.
70... She'd be 71 now. So like say just since she was 18 years old, like 40 odd years she's been in the nursing industry. She absolutely loves it. She was working for a cunt. A fucking absolute cunt. She was a bitch. No, she was. She'd walk around the office, like a doctor's office, mind you. A sanitary place, supposedly sanitary place. She'd have no shoes on, she'd be fucking eating food, walking around the place. She's just a mole. She's an absolute fucking bitch. Yeah, she stayed there just because like she wanted to just, you know, finish her retirement. She wanted to live the rest of her life, and she got into retirement, and then like she just like it all kind of hit her. She kind of realized that you work 40, 60 years, and then by the time you can actually have time to yourself, like you just get fucked. Like you get literally nothing back from the country that you've supported for the last 40, 50 years. And they support these little fuckers that are, yeah, it's
disgusting.
But see, our politicians are paid yearly, even if they're not in the position. So say if I was to get into a prime minister, our prime minister gets like 500 grand a year. Even if I was to lose my prime minister, like even if I was to lose that position, I still stay on $500,000 for the rest of my life. They don't change it.
That's a bit mad.
Australians, yeah, yeah. It's kind of sad. Actually.
Australia is bizarre, man. It's one of the most bizarre. There's a lot of bizarre stuff I hear in that country, man. It's like, it's not even because, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like, this is what I was saying. Like, say like when those times used to happen, and I say to you, I used to watch those ones where they got the Australia customs and excise shows, and everyone used to sit there and watch it and say that country must be like mad, proper mad. Like you're not allowed to, you can't consume food over there, you can't smoke certain things over there. It's like this place is strict. It's strict as fuck, and people don't want to go there. You don't want to do this there, you don't want to do that there. Everyone over there seems miserable. You think, and you hear all these crazy things going on. You just think, does it really add up like it sounds? All that strictness.
It's not far off. It's like obviously like Class A drugs are illegal. Fucking marijuana.
Yeah.
I mean they class weed as a Class A drug, but it's not.
That's mad.
Yeah,
Here it's
fucking 20
B&C.
years behind the rest of the world. Like it's actually.
It's mad because sometimes
sad.
if you have a lot on you, you can get 7 years. If you're just smoking it recreational, they just let you go. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm saying, like, if he was doing something dastardly and he turned around and he was like selling weed and he made like, I don't know, I'll just say a small ballpark, like £1,000, £1,500, and then he said, oh, do you know what, I don't want to do something like that anyway, I've got some money, I can actually treat myself and buy myself something decent. I could sit there and I could understand him.
Yeah.
Even when he said, like, he thought me and Donna and a few others were bad, like, we weren't, like, we done him like a mad favour, and he was in tears the day after. Like, Donna's loaded in her own way. She has her own company and stuff like that. So we all like got him an Xbox One, a PS4. She gave him, I think she spent, what did she pay off? She paid off his internet for a year.
Let's start by deploying the armory.
And he said he was like, he said, what I'll do with the money that I'll save up, I'll put it towards my rent, so it's in the minus. And she was looking at me when he went up, when she left, she looked at me and said, is he kidding? I said, no. So there's something, like, I said, there's nothing wrong with this guy. This guy is like, he's on point with his figures and stuff. So then I think about 5 or 6 months later, she visited him just to say hi, how he was. And she saw his letters on the table with it. So she looked at the letters. She came back and told me, she said, listen, you won't believe what his rent is. And she said, what? Minus 150. And I said, what did I tell you? She's looking at me like, the guy's sick. I mean, he's not sick. That's how he's been put into that, because that shit frightens him. He had letters, like, I think I've still got it on my phone. I'd have to find it and send it. There was one where it said, like, he owed £3. He paid his rent. I think his rent was like 82 or something, but he paid 79. 4 days later, they said, like, oh yeah, you still owe £3.27. Equivalent, let's say, Australia, £1.20. And yeah, like, can you like send it as soon as possible? Like, for fuck's sake, there's people who owe thousands. You're gonna go and chase someone for £3, or not even let them extend it to their next week's rent or the week after? Like, chasing them for £3. Serious. Probably cost £3 to post a fucking letter.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, man. Go and do something. Like, go and chase a fucking ball or something.
Go chase fucking Bezos. Go chase like Elon Musk. All them tax evaders. Billions.
That's the
of
thing.
dollars
That's the
tax
thing. Like,
evaders.
there's so many celebrities, man, avoiding money, like avoiding paying money. You think they're the saints, they're the angels of television, and you think there's people I look at television, I'm like, these are like the nicest people you see on TV. Then you hear the shit that they do, and you think, what? This one doesn't pay this one doesn't pay that, this one does this one scams that. This one complains because he got caught out and he had to pay 250 grand's worth of taxes, and you think, 250 grand, you earn like 5 million a year? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
250, that's not even fucking 2%. 2% of what you earn. Fucking crazy. But yeah, the American thing with them, I don't know what they're called, man. I'd have to find out. Welfare, no. No, it's welfare,
Social
but
Security.
yeah, it's social security numbers or tokens. Social security note tokens, and you can go to the shop and yeah. So if you buy all your baby food and cigarettes, all that shit comes up to like 97, but you got 100 voucher. Then yeah, that's it. And then that's got to go through. That's got to go through that in like a fortnight, every 4 weeks. So yeah, so when people sit there, man, and they kind of like slander people like that, I don't even want to listen to their shit, because unless you've experienced it and lived like that, no, man, you don't know how it feels. And it is behind the scenes, it is hurtful, because some people do it. They kind of put you in positions where they want to make you feel like it's embarrassing that you're in positions like that, and it isn't funny, because one day it can backfire. And it could hit you. I said to him, what if your dad goes bankrupt, man? You're just lucky. You're just lucky your dad owns like a very good successful company and you live the way you live. Because otherwise, look at everyone else, no one lives like you do. No one does. Even I pay as I earn. So my job is 10 times harder than you. That's what I told him. 10 times harder. If I don't win, I don't earn nothing. If I don't earn nothing, then I actually have to go to work and do something else differently. And that's why I have multiple jobs. One comes with luxuries if you win. That's all it is. That's what I say to you. Like, if I win an extra amount, fine, I'll treat myself. Not a big deal. But other than that, I don't take the piss. And sometimes I do sit there, in honesty, I think about him sometimes and say to myself, I don't want to sit there and have like bare drinks and bare food and all that, because then I have to consider myself. He used to be around my house all the time. Oops. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to pick them things up.
That's right, I was just shooting again.
He used to come round mine like the majority of the time, and I always used to just buy food and drink, and we'd drink. I'd never turn around and say to him, yeah, because you're in my house, you owe me. Never, not once would I call him out on that. He knows that anyway. I said to him, if I was in a bad position, there was 1 year I was in a bad position, and he was there for me, man. I'm not even bullshit. He was there. Everyone else, when I was in trouble with my house, he was the only one that was there. He said, yeah, you can stay here as long as you need to stay here. I stayed at his house 3 months. He only asked me to. I said to him, bruv, I'll pay whatever you want me to pay. He said, just pay what you can afford, and I paid his rent for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I was only there for 3, I paid it for 6. And I said to him, you ever need anything, man, you can always ask us, you know what I mean? He's like, nah, man, like, never ask for anything. And I said, you're entitled to ask for anything. Because I mean, I even gave him, when I gave him the PlayStation 4, because I gave him my account like this, so he can turn it on and he can go on Sky. He doesn't have to pay for Sky. You don't have to pay for Netflix, Crunchyroll, because he'll just sit there and chill and watch those kind of things. He don't care, because you don't have to pay for it, so it's fine. Because if those things came up, like Sky's £40 a month, Netflix is £6 a month, Crunchyroll's £19 a month, you know, that shit adds up. So he can't afford that. That's £50-60 a month. Like, that'll put him in the red, just for enjoying yourself watching like just standard television. That's shit, man.
Yeah. If people would see that kind of money and they'd be like, oh, it's not much, but he'd see that as like 4
Yeah,
weeks
that's
worth
important.
of food.
Yeah, that's important to him.
4
That's what
weeks worth of food. Man.
said
That's
to him.
fucking
Donna was like,
crazy.
yeah, you can sit there. I've got you Netflix, so you can have Netflix. You can watch anything you want. You don't have to pay for it ever. And he's like, why? And he sat there like, he was like, nah, I feel bad. I mean, don't. It's free. What if I just said it's free? I paid for it, and I'm giving him title to give it to someone for free. She just had to shut him up like that, because it's true. She had to show him, if you buy Netflix, you can give it to someone else for free. She said, I'll give it to you. Everyone else paying for this, so it doesn't matter.
You come down here and try and see if you can do it, because if you can't do it, the mission's bugged. You can't
What's
even
this?
start it.
Oh,
bomb.
fucking
Do you
hell.
have anything on this bomb? You activated it at all?
No, no. So the mission's fucked.
Yeah.
Hold on, tell him it's fucked. Hold on, let me say busted.
I'll just change shirts, hold on.